Finally, today we are talking about my pet subject, financial abundance. Financial abundance everywhere. Where you have abundant wealth, you have abundant health, you have abundance of everything. Here in this level, you have more than you need and you'll ever need in your lifetime. Here you don't work because you are looking forward to get anything. Whatever you are working on is what you love, and what you love is what you are working on. And at this time you are working to create a legacy, to leave a lasting legacy on this world. You are working to leave a footprint in the world. You are working to do something that leaves a mark, not only for you, but even for other people that allowed you and the world. And you're working to manifest what God put in you, or what God placed in your heart. If this was to be compared with any climatic condition in Kenya, it would be compared to the tropical climate of the highland, or the tropical climate of the mountain. We know in the mountain, that's where everything good is coming from. That's where everyone is running to, in the mountains. So, and especially let me say Mount Kenya, if you're to compare it with Kenya. This one you have abundance of everything. You're able to do everything, and everything is in abundance. If it's in the kind of food that you want to eat, you not only have a choice of food of what you want to eat, you have a choice of the chef who will prepare your food. You actually even employ a nutritionist who will prepare your meals, and as per what you want and as per what your appetite is calling you for. If you want even to, you choose to eat from Kisumu, you just fly and go eat there. If you want to feel like you want to eat from Mombasa, you can actually fly there and eat lunch and come back. You have a choice of the kind of food you want to eat. At this point, you have even a choice of how this food will be prepared and the amount of food that will be prepared. At this time, food is not, it's even an issue for you. If it's a means of transport, at this point you have traveled, you travel luxury, and not only luxury, you own your own jets. You have more than one unit in terms of vehicles, and they have to be super luxury. This one, even your transport is organized, it has to be safe. You will have more than 2 chasing vehicles when you're using the road, and when you're using the air, it has to be cleared for you. And if you have to travel in water, if need be, you will just use the most luxurious of the vessels on the water. If in terms of housing, this kind of when you're this abundance, you live in castles, you have more than one house, and you have more than one houses in every area that you desire. You might even have, if you're in Kenya, you might have a house in every county. And you like, if you go and like an area, you travel and get and like an area, you're able to buy land there and build a house in no record time. So in this time, you live in a house that is secure and big enough, and luxury from the door to everything. Yeah, I don't know whether you've seen like the house that is in the house Magnolia. Such houses are the kind of houses this kind of level requires and demands you to live in. If you are living in it's the clothing, the kind of clothing you have, you now you live on designer clothing only. You have international standards for what you wear. You have even international designers designing, custom making your suits. Your wardrobe, you have a personal wardrobe designer who prepares your wardrobes and prepares what you wear all the time. Yes, in Kenya there are people who live that life. Be defined by them at this point. If we talk about safety and security, This at this level you have bodyguards, you have PAs, you have servants all around you. If it's meeting, you have scheduled meeting, you have to be sure that wherever you're going, the meeting are secured. You have to send even if it's policemen up front so that they're able to see and assess where you're going. At this point, you have even security vehicles. Your cars are armored, and wherever you live, you have security everywhere. If in terms of even putting cameras, they're all over, and you have to live a secured life. You have many enemies at this point. If it's in terms of love and belonging, you realize that these people, because they're experiencing abundance, they own clubs. They don't go join other people's clubs. They own their own clubs, and they buy clubs that are already existing, or they start their clubs from zero. They are chairmen of the clubs, and they are sponsors and they are patrons of such clubs. Hii huwezi waletea. They choose who to interact with all the time. In terms of self-esteem, these ones are highly respected in the society. They're highly sought after. And most of the time they're overconfident. They have been able to achieve a lot. And they have enough evidence. You are able to see they have achieved. They don't even have to tell you. You can see what they have been able to achieve. Yes, if they respect other people too, and such people, you realize they are not easy to get because of their position and all that, but they have very high level of self-esteem. In terms of self-actualization, they are living in abundance. So they have already reached self-actualization. They are mostly very creative. They are mostly solution providers. You rarely hear them talking about problems. They will be talking about solutions. They are multiple solution providers. They will have information on almost every topic. Every topic that you mention to them, they most likely will have information. And even if they don't have the information, they'll know someone who will have the information and information at all. They are mostly spontaneous, and they have learned to accept themselves and accept other people. And somehow they're lovely. When you sit around them, they mostly accept people around them, and they have already accepted themselves. If we look at their kind of balance sheets, they have inflows, and their income is so much more. They are getting actually more than enough. They have more than 7 sources of income. If it's properties, they have more than, I don't even want to say the number. They have more than enough. If it's shares, they have bought shares in almost all the profitable companies that there is. In terms of their expenses, they already have more than enough. Their money cannot even, their needs, their wants, their luxuries, they have all been met. And even for those people who depend on them and those who live around them, they are already met. In terms of their assets, they have acquired all the assets that they'll ever need. And they have all forms of assets. In terms of building, properties, shares, boards, investing in other people's franchise, they all have that. In terms of liabilities, at this point they have no liabilities. They have paid them off. This is a place where the Bible says that when you are rich, even your most foolish comment will be laughed at. People will even be able to laugh at even the most of the foolish comments that you make. And some communities says that at this point, when you're living in abundance, even when you do the wrong thing, there will be people there to cover you and justify why and understand why you did that wrong thing. Yes, this is the point that we all must desire to be in, that we are living the best version of ourselves. We are living the best life. We are living the life that God desires that we live, because He is already created in us all that we need to live in this life. So great people, let's keep pushing each other that we may be able to enjoy this abundance. God bless.